With the recent calls for statewide lockout laws, your night out isn't the only thing suffering. Music venue owners, bookers, managers and artists alike are having to look for more efficient ways to handle their business. One young Sydney entrepreneur seems to have the answer.
Muzeek's an online booking platform for the music industry. So it's a company, a tech startup we started around 2 years ago.
The Muzeek website offers a platform to streamline the way that bookings are made and handled in the music industry after artists and bookers connect. This includes payments, booking info, as well as contracts.
It all started basically because the group of us, the founders, were all experiencing the same problem. So, my background is I've played in bands for around 10 years. So I have a background as an artist. Our other founder, Danny, he runs a small record label and has managed artists. So he kind of manages bands and like an agency kind of side of bookings. And then Dave Robledo, another co-founder, he's run venues and been a promoter for around 10 years too. So he's experienced bookings from the person making the bookings or the venue standpoint. And we all had the same kind of issues and I guess gripes with the way bookings were done, and sort of saw opportunities to improve the same thing in the centre but coming from different angles. So
booking and live music is a really unpredictable industry in so many different ways. What I was saying before about people knowing when the crowds are going to come along, knowing the interest level of your audience, knowing what else is going on. At the end of the day, as much as booking a venue, you want to just go solely on what excites you musically. You need to be able to put on things that are going to have a lot of people buying drinks over the bar, paying their ticket entry to get in, and that balance between how many people are going to come through and how much they're individually willing to pay can have a huge bearing on the financial realities of it. And if you have a string of ones that don't work out, it can be really problematic for a venue.
When you start off as a band, it's really tough because you are in a vulnerable position. I mean, you've never been in that before, you never booked shows, you never played at these venues. So it is really easy to get lost in it all, and you feel kind of rude approaching the bar owner or the manager of the venue for the money. Especially because we were only 17, 18 doing it. It was real tough. 3 or 4 times that we were promised a couple $100, we got nothing out of it. But we didn't know how to follow it up from there.
Lockouts, yeah, that's a perfect example for the majority of music venues operating in Sydney. They, a lot of them were on a really good roll. The late night scene in Sydney was really bubbling away nicely. And then the lockout came out of nowhere. Nobody could control it, and most people didn't really see it coming in a long-term sense. Well, no one really saw it coming. And that's led to venue closures, led to venues struggling. I don't think we've seen the last of the venue closures based on the lockout. I think we're just seeing the beginning of them.
Innovators like Todd are using technology to solve the problems that affect what they're passionate about, and something that makes Sydney so unique: its music scene. Greta Balog, The Vault.